Hey viewers, my name's Cara. I hope that didn't just cut me off at the beginning because now it's only okay. This is sort of a test stream as well, so let me start again. Hey viewers, my name's Cara. I'm doing this as a stream just because it feels more convenient at the moment. I've never actually done this before, but a lot of the time lately, because my editing software is still not able to be used on my current device. Yay, that's a thing again. It happens. I currently have to do all of my videos as unedited one takes anyway. So doing it as a live is about the same in that regard. And also, this feels more convenient right now because it cuts out the middle steps of having to then upload the video separately and all of that. This is just recorded and then there it is, it's done, it's up. Hopefully the sound is okay. Again, this is also going to be kind of a test. I've been using the integrated webcam and mic on Zoom calls and things, and everybody has said that the sound is great. And in any recordings of that, it has sounded great. So I'm looking at the thing here and it's saying it's like at half the volume. Hopefully that's okay though. Anyway, I just wanted to do kind of a live update, proof of life. Hello, I'm still existing, but that's the majority of what I'm doing lately, I think. Um, so let's talk about the fact that this feels convenient right now and how that relates to my overall content creation right now. Creating content, well, first of all, let's say creating content is separate from sharing content. Am I right? Creating the content can happen on my own time in the privacy of my own headspace. Case in point, I can record a video and there, the content's created, right? But there's that other step of actually then going and sitting at my desk, uploading that, putting in a description, putting it on my Patreon, whatever else. Then there's the clicking the setting to make it go live, right? So sharing the content, different than creating the content. Creating content, I don't have much trouble with. Sharing the content is a huge stumbling block for me right now. Mentally speaking, anxiety, depression, etc. I have multiple videos that have been recorded that are ready to be edited but can't be edited because my technology right now, or some that even have been edited but I haven't shared them because now it feels like, oh, it's been so long since I recorded that, it's not the right time, no one's gonna like it, well, I should be doing something else. You know, why am I doing this old video when I should be doing something now? Whatever, all this what if, why bother? So doing this as a live stream feels better for my executive function right now because once I finish recording this, it's already uploaded. It's already here on YouTube. It totally cuts out that separate step. And to even get myself to this point today, I made my tea. I waited for a time when the household would be slightly quieter, and I made my tea. And instead of sitting down in my armchair, which is behind me, which you can't see, transparent moment. Another thing that has prevented me from doing videos some of the time is how freaking messy my area is here. And I have these things that I bring over. I have these tall shelves. See that one there? I have two of those, and I can move them closer to here and hang up a tapestry behind me, and that's how I sometimes create a backdrop. But then I've got to move all the stuff off of them in order to move them and all of this. So I thought today I'll just use the webcam view. It's angled up a little bit so you can't see as much of the mess behind me, but you know what? Just to be transparent, just to kick that fear in the face, let's show you. Let's go like this. just piles on shelves. This isn't as bad. The couch has a puppy. You can barely see her. My side table is currently clear because I actually move that back and forth. It has certain things on it when I sleep, and then I move it over to my armchair when I'm getting ready to work during the day, and then I usually have my tea and snacks and any books and notebooks get piled onto that little table. And my armchair is actually clear because I've been actually using it. So, but anyway, back to instead of going and sitting in the armchair today, I came over and sat at the desk. I have a huge mental block with doing my work sometimes because it involves sitting at this desk and sitting up in a chair, and it's uncomfortable, right? Like when I finally sit down to do work, I just get stuck in and I end up working at this desk, at this laptop, in this chair, in this position for hours. And then by the time I'm done, I'm sore, it hurts, I'm uncomfortable. And that makes me not want to go and do it on another day. Now I know logically there's an easy solution to this. Just don't do it for a million hours on one day. Space it out. Just work for a couple hours at the desk more days throughout the week. I know this is the logical answer, but it's not a logical thing. So today I sat at the desk and I said, okay, I'm going to start updating my planner. I'm going to do a little work in my planner. I'm going to have my tea. I might pull some cards because I have my cards and things up here at the desk. I have my clear photo frames that I can use to set up my cards. And I also have this lovely one that a friend gifted me. It's got a triple moon carved into it, and the cards go in this slot. This one's bigger though, so I keep it over here on my side table, and then I have two clear ones. And this is my card from a few days ago, actually. I have to pull a new one from Anatomy of a Witch Oracle by Laura Tempest Zakroff. But I have a couple of these clear photo stands up on my desk to hold up my cards. So I thought, okay, if I just do some stuff like that at the desk, then I'm already at the desk, right? That's one barrier, one hurdle already surpassed. If I'm here, then it's easier to open up the laptop and start doing work. And here I am. I'm doing it now. So it worked. But I actually was doing something else, and then I opened up the laptop to look something up while I was still watching slash listening to a just for fun video on my phone. I do that a lot of the time. Like listen to one thing and try to do something else. I can't do that with everything. Like I can't focus on reading if something else is playing that has words or like music with lyrics. I can't focus if I'm doing a word based thing or like trying to focus on reading or note taking. But for like just updating my planner, yeah, I can listen to something and do work in my planner. So I got on my laptop to look something up, and I was reminded that a friend was doing their regular weekly live chat that I never really get to pop into. So I popped into that and I spent some time there doing work in my planner and hanging out and listening to what was going on over there. After that, I was like, well, here I am. I'm on the laptop. It's time to open up YouTube Studio and look at how the live stream works and make this update video. Why am I just rambling, telling you all this? Because this is the point is like I'm learning a lot more, especially this year, but in the last few years, about how my brain works and learning to accommodate that in different ways. So, like, if I know it's difficult for me to get work done when I'm already cozy in the chair, I'd rather pick up a book and do some reading, which is great. That's something that I need to do too. I have a ton of reading, I never get it all done. But if I'm already sitting there doing that, I'd rather do something like that, but I still have to update YouTube. I have to do videos. I haven't done one in so long. But I don't want to get up and go to the desk and do that. And I don't want to have to set up a backdrop and make sure my hair looks okay. My hair is not okay right now. Like it's not. But it looks decently okay, like, on camera. Um, I don't wanna have to do all of those things that I need to do before I can make a video. Well, as my therapist would say, "Who says I have to do all those things before I can make a video?" Nobody is really saying that. I'm saying that because it's something that I pick up from other people seeming to enjoy these channels that are highly produced. And, they've got their beautiful backdrop and they've got their makeup and their hair done. And don't get me wrong, I love when I can do that, when I feel like my video looks nice. Maybe I put a little lip balm on that has a color. Maybe I have makeup on for some other reason, but I don't like put makeup on to do a video. I've never really done that. But it's like, if I happen to have makeup on for something else, do I think it makes me look a little extra nice and special in a video? Yeah. If my hair happens to look really nice, yeah. But I've never really gone fully out of my way to do those things, but I do still feel like there is a pressure to do it. Or, for example, the mess in the background. Nobody wants to see that. I got to put up a backdrop. Do I have to? No, I don't have to do that. It's something that I'm putting on myself because I think it's what other people want to see. But what that's doing is preventing me from sharing content. So I'm challenging myself to, here we are, literally live. I don't think anybody's watching right now, but that's okay. It wasn't scheduled. I didn't tell you this was going to happen. And I turned off comments because I didn't want comments to start popping up while I'm doing this because then I would be distracted trying to respond to your comments. So I'm just going to leave it. You can comment on it later like a regular video. And I still don't read the comments on my videos immediately because of the anxiety that I get about it. It's easier for me to go back later after the fact. If you're on my Patreon, if you're part of the Patreon community there, I tend to respond more quickly because I see those things more regularly. And it's just a different environment there as opposed to the entirety of the internet here. That's a specific area where people have said, yes, I'm here to support you. I enjoy your content. And so that feels very different to me. But anyway, all of those types of things are little accommodations that I have to make to make it a little easier for me to do this thing that I have loved to do for so long, which is create videos and make content this way and engage with people. It's incredibly difficult for me anymore to do the engaging part. And I apologize for that because I think that a lot of people maybe came to YouTube in general for that type of thing, maybe came to my channel in particular for that kind of thing in the past. But a lot has changed over the last decade. Not only do I not have the same amount of time in my week as I used to, and the, I don't know, like the amount of friendships that I have that are online versus in person has also changed over the years, but I would still say like a lot of my friends are online friends. So that's not really fully a thing. But instead of engaging with them through like watching each other's videos, there's more like personal friendships now where like I just message those people directly. Like we just have private chat conversations. So I'm still very much in touch with those people, but it's in a different way. It's no longer just watching each other's videos and uploading them. I also work at the Witchcraft Museum. So I'm talking about and engaging with people about witchcraft and paganism and modern magical practices and all of this on a very regular basis, multiple times weekly basis. Not quite daily, I'm not there every day, but so I don't spend as much of my time anymore on YouTube watching witchcraft content and pagan content and seeking out new people from this community. that is hugely different than it was a decade ago, because a decade ago for me, this is where my community was on YouTube and online. And I'm still friends with so many people who I met that way, but I just engage with those friendships in different ways, like I said. So it's very interesting. Like, I don't work for 6 to 7 hours talking to people about witchcraft and then come back here and watch videos about witchcraft, and sometimes that gives me anxiety thinking about doing that. So, I just engage with it differently now, and I judge myself about that a lot, because 'cause I'm like, "How am I why am I not able to do that anymore?" And I'm really harsh on myself about it, and I'm trying to get better about it. But so, yeah, the type of work that I do is different. I get to talk about witchcraft all the time, which I love. But that means I'm not as like aching for it in my online life. I spend a lot more of my time on YouTube watching other types of things, like Good Mythical Morning or Sims 4 videos. I have a couple favorite simmers who I've been watching for years now. Um, so I'm more likely to put on something like that to kind of like cleanse my brain space and like allow myself to think about something else, something that doesn't feel so personally like vital. Because witchcraft is something that is intensely personal and vital to me. And I'm not always up for engaging with it in a more casual sense, if that makes sense. Like it's not casual to me, no matter what it is. Friends will send me like a little witchcraft meme, and like it's supposed to be funny, but I'm immediately like dissecting what could be harmful to the community about that, or the misconception that it's based on, which, perpetuates something that I don't like perpetuating. So I'll be like, like, I know it's supposed to be funny, but like all of this background, right? Like, and I know that's no fun for people. But that does mean that, like, when they find a meme about witchcraft or paganism or something that I genuinely just find funny and laugh at, like, that's a big win, right? So, I'll tell you, a lot of my favorite ones tend to be, Salem the cat from the Sabrina the Teenage Witch live action show with Melissa Joan Hart. A lot of those, Salem memes I tend to authentically enjoy. But anyway, um, so yeah, like it's this type of content on the internet is not something that I like enjoy casually anymore. It feels like more work, which I love the work that I do. And that's why I'm not afraid to call it work, because I'm not like, oh no, I enjoy it. So it's not really work, it's play. No, it's still work. Like I do work all day talking about witchcraft, teaching people, doing more research to further my own understanding so that I can better understand people's questions and concerns and help them, and so that I can better understand other people's views in order to better represent them when people ask about that. Like, if you all know me from Pagan Perspective, you know that, like, that's something I've always been, and on this channel, that's something that I've always been concerned with, is, like, being a good representative for the wider, like, category of pagans and witches. And now I get to kinda do that literally as my day job, and it's awesome. But I don't always wanna spend my entire day outside of that doing it too. So that's still the content that I wanna be making, but that's why I'm not watching as many of my friends' videos about the same things. I'm more likely to reach out to them directly and have a conversation about it privately or in a smaller group chat or whatever than I am to watch a video about it at this point. Um, every so often I watch a video, but, I'm more likely to be watching something else and engaging in different ways. Also, I did a video recently about how my personal community and the way and the frequency with which I get together with witches has changed drastically over the last couple of years because now I have a local community that gets together regularly. And we've been getting together quite often, like twice a month, for the last year or so. And I think in the coming year, we're going to not have things that frequently because it definitely feels like at this point, like I have Sundays off, quote unquote, from the museum, but sometimes I help out on a Sunday, or sometimes we have an event on a Sunday that I go in for, or Sunday happens to be the best day for my local group to get together. So every other Sunday, I'm usually like getting together with them or whatever. So it ends up feeling like that's not a day off. That's another day that I'm community organizing or teaching or attending events or whatever. So it doesn't feel like a break. So that has changed a lot as far as like the way I spend my time and the frequency with which I'm engaging with other practitioners. And on top of all of this, I know we're like 20 minutes into this. On top of all of this, I've been in the process for months now of trying to find a new living arrangement for myself. And I was unprepared for how difficult it is to be able to afford rental property right now. Like last time I was looking to rent a place, it wasn't this costly. It didn't have the same requirements that places are wanting to have in place now, like financial requirements for how much money you actually make. That wasn't a thing I've ever had to contend with before in the time period that I was looking previously. This is years ago, or just the areas that I was in. I don't know. I've never come up against this before. So it's been a big struggle. I was supposed to move by my birthday, which was earlier this year, months ago, in August. And here we are in mid November, and I still haven't found a place. And I really need to figure something out by the end of this year. So that's something that's been a big thing too. And I'm not asking for help. I'm not asking for advice. Please don't do any of that. That'll just give me more anxiety. But also, I probably won't even read the comments until it's passed so that if there is anything like that, it won't bother me as much. But I'm not asking. I'm just informing. I'm just letting you know other things that are going on in the background of my personal life that are affecting all of these other things, like how I make content, when I make content, um, the work schedule of the person I've been living with for years has changed a lot. So they've been home a lot more during the day, as opposed to where I used to have quiet time like this to make videos more often, more easily. That hasn't been a thing. There's been a lot more activity in the space. So that has changed. Um, and yeah, so just kind of wanting to share a little bit more of this stuff that's kind of like, it's difficult for me to even put into words. But I have been in therapy now for over a year again. I've been talking about it a lot. And so it's giving me a little bit more vocabulary and just also challenging me a little bit more, right? That like this stuff doesn't have to be as big of a barrier. Kind of like those things about like, oh, my hair doesn't look good, or I don't have the backdrop or whatever. Um, just let that be and let that be okay, and notice that when I'm the one putting those restrictions on myself. So I'm going to end this because I'm starting to just repeat the same things. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to share that like mental health is a big thing affecting the way that I not only create content, but share it. And sharing is a different step and it's more difficult for me. And also that the work situation is different, and also that the home situation is different and in flux and in progress. So that having been said, I think that's all I've come here to do today. I will also just share one other thing. Fun news. I am currently almost done. We've got tonight, and then next week will be the last session of the 5th Reclaiming Core class, the only one that I have left to take. I'm taking it online with a couple other people from my local community and some teachers that I've worked with before from the wider reclaiming tradition around the world, and one of my other reclaiming friends from Canada. So that's been really fun, getting to engage with a bunch of other people and seeing some similar faces, other people I've taken online classes with before, but also meeting new people too. So that's been a very positive thing for the most part. It's tough work as well. It always is, but it's good work. And yeah, we have the second to last session tonight. So that's a fun update. After next week, I will have completed at least um, one instance of taking it, because you can take these classes multiple times and they're different every time, different teachers, different themes, whatever. But I will have taken all of the core classes of my tradition after next week. So yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching and or listening to this live stream. I will see you next time I see you. I don't know when that will be. It's really hard for me to judge how much time has passed as well. Like sometimes I feel like, oh, I just did a video 2 weeks ago, and I look and it's like, no, that was a month ago. So I apologize for that, but a lot of it is just I can't keep track. Um, so yeah, I'll see you when I see you. I don't know when that will be, but also if you're in the Patreon community, I do try to post there more often. I've had some more videos over there than here. So it seems even more like sparse here on YouTube, but that might be because I've also done some stuff over on the Patreon instead. So yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching and or listening. I will see you next time. Until then, don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye. I don't know if I can put an end screen on this, so we'll see. It's an experiment.